I'm not gonna hold you. It doesn't matter who wins. I'm just here for the food. A lot of people love American football, and today is the Super Bowl. You may be new to being plant-based, or maybe you've been plant-based for some time, but you're just not sure what to bring to the party, or maybe you've been wanting to throw one of your own. Well, in this video, I'll be making Super Bowl dishes like pizza, wings with dipping sauces like honey mustard, ranch, and blue cheese, tortilla chips with queso, and potato skins. Then not only you and your plant-based friends will love, but your non-vegan friends too. I found this at my grocery store, and so I've decided to use this. This is my first time using this. Now, I have made dough from scratch, and I have made dough from, you know how biscuits come in that packaging? I've made it from that. Both are fine, okay? Do what's within your scope. Now, for me, today, I decided that I wanted something that was not only quick, but pretty clean, or at least cleaner in ingredients, so that's why I'm using this. Making it from scratch takes a little bit more time, but this is still giving me a little bit of the best of both worlds. So combine the flour with the yeast packet, and the yeast packet comes inside. So you see it has a yeast packet in here and the flour. So we're going to combine that with 1 1/4 cup of lukewarm water, and we're going to stir that with a fork until the dough begins to form. You want to mix your dry ingredients first before adding the wet ingredients. Then you want to knead this for about 3 minutes. You don't want to overdo it. Now this says you can transfer it to a clean bowl, but me personally, I don't believe in dirtying up a rack of dishes, so we about to use this same one and just put a little bit of oil in it and let it do its thing. Because the next thing will be to let the dough rise for about 45 minutes. It says to use plastic wrap, but I don't have that, so I'm going to use some foil. Next up is the potato skins, and we're going to preheat the oven to 400. The pandemic has spoiled some of us, myself included. So I'm now a part of the coalition of people who go to do curbside pickup. So I didn't pick these out, and I'm noticing that some of the potatoes had sprouts on them. As long as they're little like this, the potato is still firm and it's not wrinkly, it's okay to eat. So I'm just cutting the sprout off. You want to rinse your potatoes. I couldn't find a vegan pepperoni, so I'm going to use this field roast Italian garlic fennel as like a sausage pizza instead. Just gonna put a little bit of oil in the pan. While the sausage is cooking, I'm gonna check on our dough. So our dough has risen, and now we're gonna cut this into 2 equal parts so we can make 2 pieces. Now you can play this video back if you want to see how to make the second pizza, but we're gonna do it exactly the same way. When I do pizza, I like to try to make the ball first because then it's easier to just keep it in that round shape unless you want it in a different shape. So you just choose the shape that you want to make it in. I like mine round, so I form a ball first and then I place it on the sheet. You can try making this with your hand if you want a more traditional style, or you can use a rolling pin. So we're just going to take a little bit of flour and put it on our rolling pin and just kind of roll this out. If you want a larger pizza, then you can leave the whole ball, but you're going to need a bigger baking sheet than I have. So I'm just smoothly rolling this out because I want a thick crust edges to make a little bit of a crust. Okay, and that's kind of how I do it, is I kind of bring it in some, and then you can kind of pinch it down a little bit. While the sausage is browning, I'm going to form this dough. So it's supposed to make 2 10-inch pieces. I'm using this marinara. I'm going to mix the marinara with a bit of Italian herbs. Then we're going to take our sausage and slice it up. I have 2 different types of cheeses. I found this Miyoko's mozzarella. I haven't tried this before, but I do like this Violife mozzarella. So I'm going to do half and half and see which one we like. I'm going to use this for the mozzarella sticks too. It comes in like this block type of form, and I'm just going to cut it and crumble it up. This is the Miyokos. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it. Sausage. So we're going to use the rest of this Miyoko's mozzarella. And then I found these Daya mozzarella style sticks for us to make some mozzarella sticks. This would be cute as like a lunchbox for like a a plant-based child, and this is something that they can pretty much open on their own. It's not difficult. I'm gonna use a little bit of Just Egg as our egg replacement, and I'm gonna mix some of these breadcrumbs with some flour and some Italian seasoning. I couldn't find any Italian style breadcrumbs, so I'm gonna make my own. Now you can use toothpicks if you don't want to get your fingers messy, but you know, I like to get it neat. And then I'm gonna just double dip it so that it's nice and crispy. Okay. And then you just add this to a baking sheet. Now that beep was for the pizza, so I'm gonna go ahead and pop that in the oven. I'll be right back. And while the pizza bakes for 10 to 15 minutes, we're gonna start with 10, let that do its thing, and then we are gonna get back to these mozzarella sticks. So now I'm trying this other one. Once that gets to be, you know, once your egg becomes breadcrumb, then you can just restart the process. So, or just replenish the egg. Last little piece of our broken mozzarella stick. And here's our pizza. And here are our mozzarella sticks. And what I'm gonna do is let them bake until the cheese starts to melt a little. So you just wanna kind of keep an eye on it. I'm leaving it on the same temperature at 450. And I'm gonna let that cook down until I can tell that they're starting to get golden brown. I've seen recipes where it says to broil it, but I'm not that risky. I'm not trying to burn these, so I'm gonna bake it using the same temperature at 450, but I'm just gonna keep an eye on it. After about 5 minutes, you want to remove your mozzarella sticks, and those should be good and ready. So now we're ready to stuff these potato skins. So what we want to do is take each potato. They should be nice and soft and cooled down now, and you just want to split it in half. We're just going to scoop out a little bit of the inside, leave a little bit, like I know I want to have some of the inside in there. I don't want to scoop it all out, just a little bit. And one of the ways to kind of make it easier for you is to try to use the spoon as like your, your stencil somewhat, if you will, to form your round shape and just scoop it out. So to fill ours, we're going to use some of this Violife cheddar shreds, some Kite Hill sour cream. Kite Hill is a pretty clean brand. And then we're just going to use some regular chives. And we're going to cut these up at the top, but we'll do that after we bake them. So I went ahead and I switched the oven back from 450 back to 400 for the potatoes. It was 450 for the pizza, but we're done with that. So I'm gonna make a second pizza, and it's just gonna be veggies. So some people don't want the processed food, they just want, you know, whole plant-based food. So I'm gonna make a second pizza with just mushrooms, green peppers, and onions. Go ahead and start stuffing these. Again, if you want to just do part, you can actually leave some of these without the cheese, because some people don't like processed cheese as well, and that's fine. You know your company, you know what your guests like, and so you're gonna make it based on what they like, and of course what you like. But you want to have some options, because those people who are not plant-based, they may like to try different sorts of things, or know that they have other options too. So maybe they might not be fully vegan, but maybe they'd like some alternatives to cheese. Maybe they're lactose intolerant, and so you can kind of introduce them to different variations of foods too. And it's going to be the same with our sour cream. So we're going to let this kind of bake down, and then we will garnish it with the sour cream and chives. So now we're just going to stuff the potatoes. You can add as much as you want. And the thing I like about kite heel, and now I'm hip to this Miyokos, is that they're pretty clean. They have pretty clean ingredients, so you can worry less about them. And then we're gonna take our chives and add that as well as a garnishment. Let's see. So now we're gonna taste test. Let's go with this one. Okay. Alright, let's see. Mmm. 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 Now we are cooking our wings. I picked up these tenders from Guardian because they have some other type of tenders in this style, which are a little bit more flavorful, but this is what the store had. So I got these for like a, you know, longer type of wing style, and then these are smaller, and this is good for like the children. Okay, so I preheat the oven to 450, and then I'm gonna bake these halfway, and then I will flip them. And you want to cook these for about between 15 and 20 minutes, depending on how soft you want it. But I usually go for 20 because I want it a little bit more crunchy. Next is the queso, and this is so good. You can get the level of heat that you want. I got medium, and I'm just gonna scoop this out and scoop the whole thing into here, because we're gonna eat all of this. And I just turn the heat on to like a medium. a second to cool down a bit, and then I'm just gonna pour it right back into the same container. And we want all of the sauce. When I tell you this is so good, it is so good. I was gifted this cute container, so I'm going to repurpose this and refill it with little treats for the children. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you think in the comments. Subscribe for more videos. And sharing is caring. Yeah. Child, I realized how much my education system failed me. So there is no 1/4. There is no 1/4 indicated on the measuring cup. So I got a 1/4 cup instead. I know half is 2 1/4, but I don't want to mess this up. So again, this is my first time. So normally, you know, I'm not real precise with measurements, but when it's my first time trying something, I want to make sure I do it right. So I got this just in case. Mm.